This is what your pattern will look like. You print it out on A4 paper, actual size, and then you tape it to your leather and cut out your pieces. For the main pieces, I have used 2.5mm veg tan for the front and the back, for the open and the close. For the letters, I have used 2 to 3 ounce belly. You need it nice and soft if you're wanting to actually make it get a 3D look, just to give it that space where you can actually put something between the front part and the letter. I have dyed all my pieces, but you could actually make the sign out of an oiled tan leather and it would come out just as nice. You don't have to give it the 3D look. You can actually just sew the letters on flat and that would look just as nice. Once you have all your pieces cut out and all the holes punched and you have it dyed and oiled the way you like it, then it's time to do some stitching. First of all, I stitch up the open and the close sign, and I just do that with a thread. There is no pieces to stitch on top. I will demonstrate how I do it. I've used 5mm gaps between all the stitching holes for the letters and around the edge of the sign, but the open and close sign are pretty much 4mm gaps or less, maybe a little bit more because of the curves. So using a single hole punch for the open and closed is the better option. I have used a 1mm punch, so all the holes around the entire sign are done with the same hole. They're just different spaces between each hole, depending on whether you're doing the edge, the letters, or the actual open and closed words. So you can use a multi-punch for the edges right around the sign. I used my multi-punch for that because it is mostly 5mm apart, and some of the letters are also 5mm apart, but for the letters I also used a 2-hole punch and a single punch. Anything to make it easier, faster, but making sure it's still precise. Your pieces should start looking something like this. So you get the closed and the open sign finished, ready for the next step. Now to get the 3D look, what I do is I put some double-sided tape on the back of each letter. I'm actually using a quilter's double-sided tape. It is washable, it does disappear, but I find that it's extra sticky and I prefer to use this over any other double-sided tape. It's nice and thin as well, not very wide. Okay, so I put that on the back of each letter. Then I use a leather lace, a 3mm leather lace, and I put that on top of the double-sided tape. This curves nicely as well, this lace, around any curves that you need it to go around, making it nice and sharp for when you actually stitch the letter onto your piece. Now it's time to start stitching on your pieces. I'm using 0.8mm thread, and I do give it a decent tug after each stitch or every second stitch. I don't pull it too tight because I don't want to gather the softer leather, which can tend to happen if you pull too tight. So do give it a pull because you want to hold it down and you want to get that 3D look, but don't pull too tight because you don't want to have gathers around the edge. Take your time and enjoy. This part's fun, seeing it all come together. Now you get to enjoy some of your hard work, and you get to see what it's going to look like closer to when it's finished. I glue the back and the front together. I do it my own way. I know I should spread the glue, but I just put it on there, and I should probably wait longer before I actually push the two pieces together as well. But this is the way I do it. You don't have to actually glue the two pieces together. I do because I actually find it makes the sign stiffer and more cardboard like, which is probably what you want for a sign. But it's not necessarily if you don't like gluing. I know I didn't like gluing for a long time. This is how I do it. Do it your own way. There is no pressure on how to do this. Using these pins has probably been one of the best things that I have actually started doing. I love the little flat heads that go up and touch the leather. It actually helps push the two pieces together, and then it's got a little push for your hand as well. So I love these pins. I'm not using my needles and getting glue over any of my needles, so I have a pile of these pins, especially for when I'm gluing, and they're perfect for 1mm punch holes. Then the ice block sticks and the bulldog clips. Oh my goodness, they have been a lifesaver as well for holding edges close, tight, because this has got a 3D feel on the front and the back. You can't really just put something on top of it to glue it together. You really need to pinch those edges in, and these ice block sticks don't leave a mark. They're wide enough to actually close the edges and give a really nice close close tight. And the bulldog clips are perfect size for the leather, and then two ice block sticks, you know, for the clamps. So nice and tight, perfect. Absolutely use these. I have a store of the ball clips, the ice block sticks in different thicknesses and lengths, and my pins. Perfect. All these things I need when I'm gluing. I then leave it like this for at least 12 hours. So quite often I'll do this in the evening, and it's my morning job to take off all the clips and have a look and see how it's come out. So the next step is just to do the stitch line around the edge of the sign. This gives it a nice finished, polished look. I'm using a cream which matches all the wording, and I just think it gives it a nice sharp look when it has that contrasting colour for a stitch. Here I am with my shine brush again. I love my shine brush. I actually use it after every stitch, letters, wording, outside, edge. I'm just shining it at the moment. My favourite tool, really. Now to doing the edges. I use Tokonole. I have actually beveled my edges and sanded my edges. I didn't film myself doing that because it was in a totally different room. But now I'm just going to do the Tokonole and the rub on the edges to finish it. I also do it in the rivet holes. I forgot to film that part. I thought I did, maybe I just deleted it. But I also do it through those rivet holes as well, because I decided that I'm going to put some lacing through them rather than put some rivet hole eyelets in it. If you don't really want to finish those eyelet holes nicely, just put some eyelets in them. They look fantastic. I put gold eyelets in my other open and close sign, and I was really pleased with the finish. But because of the way I made the holes in this sign, they like self-beveled, so I think they're going to come out fantastic just with a good polish. So yes, use eyelets or just give them a good polish. Either way, it's going to look fantastic. Now it's just a matter of choosing what you want to use to hang your sign. You can either use a chain that clips on, or you can make your own chain using a leather lace, or if you have some sort of other chain or hanging piece, tool, whatever, just clip it in and hang it up, and everybody will have a good laugh. Such a cool sign. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and maybe I've inspired you to make your own sign, or you've learned a trick or two. Maybe next video there may be something else to learn. Thank you for watching.